The first time I noticed the change, it was subtle. A new shade of lipstick. Darker than she used to wear. Almost plum. She said it made her feel powerful. I didn't argue. We were in the kitchen. She was packing leftovers into Tupperware, moving fast, like always. Her phone buzzed twice in 3 minutes. She checked it quickly, tilted away. Smiled with just one side of her mouth. Late night again? I asked, leaning on the counter. She nodded without turning around. Quarterly push. Team Z wants everything buttoned up by next week. Team Z. I remembered the name, vaguely. He led product strategy. We crossed paths in elevators. Tall. Confident. A smooth presence. She tucked her phone into her purse and kissed me on the cheek. The lipstick didn't leave a mark. 3 days later, I bought her a gift. Simple. A square blue box, wrapped clean, white ribbon. Inside, a silver pen. Engraved with her initials. I added a small card. For your long nights. Come home safe. That evening, I left the office early. Picked up Ty from her favorite place. Drove downtown. The rain had just started. The kind that makes the city shine. The building was familiar. Glass and steel. Floor-to-ceiling windows. She worked on 18. The lobby was quiet. The guard at the front desk gave me a nod. I swiped my badge. Elevator up. Floor 18 opened to silence. The kind that clings to you. Overhead lights dimmed. A vending machine blinked near the break room. The hum of the server closet. Then I heard it. A laugh. Light. Effortless. Hers. I followed the sound around the hallway, past the reception area. I stopped at the corner. Conference room A5. The lights inside were low, but not off. The blinds were open. Through the glass, I saw 2 shapes. She was sitting on the edge of the conference table. He stood between her knees. A coat was slung over a chair. Not hers. A deep navy wool. The kind he wore. They weren't speaking. Just looking. Close. Too close. Her hand moved. His followed. Her head tilted back. That laugh again, softer this time. I took 1 step back. Beat. Security cameras blinked above the corridor. I knew their range. I'd written the audit policy 2 years ago. No public scene. No footage. Instead, I stepped behind the nearest column and pulled out my phone. Turned the camera toward the window. The rain gave me cover. Reflections danced across the glass. Still, the silhouettes were clear enough. I took a single photo. 1. Then I walked back the way I came, the gift still in my hands. The elevator hummed. The box felt heavier now. At home, I opened my laptop. Created a new folder on my desktop. Named it Things That Don't Belong Here. I dropped the photo inside. I didn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw her face. Not the way it looked through the window. The way it looked when she kissed me goodbye. I replayed it. The cadence of her walk. Her laugh. The coat. His hands. At 2:03 a.m. I opened my work laptop. Accessed the admin panel. Conference room A5. Cleaning crew logs showed her scarf was found draped over a chair. Time stamped and photographed for inventory. 2:03 a.m. The same scarf she wore the week before. I hadn't seen it since. The next day, I checked the Slack logs. She and Z had created a private channel, A5 strategy. Created 11:27 p.m. Status, active. Both their accounts were set to Do Not Disturb from 11:28 p.m. to 1:14 a.m. That same window. I started a spreadsheet. Dates. Times. Rooms. I didn't guess. I documented. Friday. I went to floor 18 around noon. Conference room A5 smelled different. Citrus and something floral. Not like the standard cleaning spray. Like perfume. Hers. On the table, a ceramic mug. Not one from the break room. White, with a small chip at the rim. Lipstick on the edge. Plum. The same one I noticed that night in the kitchen. She never used mugs like that at home. I picked it up, turned it slightly, and set it down. Took a photo with my phone. Uploaded it to the folder. Next, the printer. Output tray had a mislabeled file. Q4 Strategy, Private. PDF. Printed at 12:42 a.m. Tuesday. I made a copy. Saved the metadata. Saturday morning, she slept late. I sat at the kitchen table. The gift box beside me. Still unopened. Still wrapped. I thought about placing it on her nightstand. Instead, I slid it into the bottom drawer of my desk. I drafted a message. Saw you the other night. I was there. Then deleted it. I didn't want words. I wanted results. By Sunday night, I had the logs. Keycard access showed both their badges swiping into the locked hallway outside A5. Multiple nights. Always after 10:30 p.m. No scheduled meetings. No other team members present. Twice, building access was followed by a two-person Uber pickup at 1:12 a.m., confirmed by a shared ride receipt in her inbox. She didn't see I was still listed on the family plan. I noted everything. With screenshots. I stopped sleeping in our bed. She noticed. Asked if I was sick. Work, I said. Product launch. Just late nights. Same, she smiled. Monday, I met with a divorce attorney. Quietly. Cleanly. We discussed joint assets, the mortgage, the accounts. He advised I freeze joint credit cards. I already had. I changed my passwords. Removed her as a secondary contact on all accounts. Then I contacted HR, submitted an anonymous report. Policy violations. After-hours access without authorization. Personal use of facilities. Fraternization. Included documentation. Time-stamped, labeled. No commentary. Just facts. Tuesday night, a new calendar event appeared. A5 tonight, sent by Z. I watched her click, yes. I booked room A6 for the same time. Adjacent. Shared wall. In my pocket, I placed a small USB voice recorder. Fully charged. 11:27 p.m. Floor 18. I entered quietly. No footsteps. No greeting. Room A6 was dark, except for the glow of the hallway lights bleeding in from under the door. I slid the recorder from my coat and set it beneath the table, near the partitioned wall. The walls weren't soundproof. We'd cut the budget that year. From the other side, laughter. His first. Then hers. Muffled, but clear. Chairs moved. Something fell. A thud. Then a pause. Her voice, low, we shouldn't. His, we already did. Beat. Paper rustled. A zipper. The sound of movement against the glass table. A giggle. Then silence. I sat there for the next hour. Eyes closed. letting the audio capture what I didn't need to see again. When they left, I waited 5 minutes. Retrieved the recorder. Pocketed it. Walked out. The lobby was quiet. Rain against the glass. At home, I didn't play it back. I didn't need to. Instead, I copied the file. Added it to the folder. Then I renamed the folder. Final phase. Wednesday morning. The first HR flag triggered at 9:06 a.m. Non-compliant badge access. A 5. After hours. 2 users. By noon, Z's calendar had gone dark. His profile photo vanished from Slack. I saw his name in the directory still, but it wouldn't last. By 2:43 p.m. our company group chat was alive with speculation. A private HR inquiry? An NDA violation? Emily didn't mention it. She came home late again that night. Said she was tired. Didn't eat. Didn't ask how my day was. Thursday, 8:12 a.m. I received an automated email. Subject, Policy Escalation, Investigative Hold. Z was under review. The wording was careful. Legal. But the subtext was clear. I sat back in my chair. Watched the cursor blink. Exhale. 1 down. I took a long lunch. Drove to the park. There was an old bench beneath the elm trees. I used to bring my laptop there when I needed quiet. I sat with the recorder in my hand. Still hadn't played it. I thought about what I'd do next. Legal separation. Already drafted. Custody of our shared accounts? Done. Housing? I had options. What I didn't have was a decision. She hadn't confessed. She hadn't even lied. She just pretended nothing was happening. Which, somehow, hurt worse. Friday evening. Another invite. A 5? One last time. Z. I watched her pause. Then type, no. She sat in the kitchen for an hour after that. Didn't speak. Just stared out the window. I watched her. Wondering if she knew. Wondering if guilt had a shape. That night, I opened my desk drawer. Pulled out the gift box. Unwrapped it. Opened the card. For your long nights. Come home safe. I set it on the counter where she'd find it in the morning. Let it speak for me. Saturday. Morning light through the blinds. She found the gift just after 8. I heard the paper tear. Then the silence. A long silence. I stayed in the bedroom. Listening. Eventually, she came to the doorway. She held the pen and the card in her hand. Why now? She asked. I didn't answer. She waited. Then turned and walked back down the hall. By noon, I had my bags packed. A suitcase. 2 boxes. Laptop bag. Essentials only. I left the key on the counter. Next to the pen. She wasn't home. Or pretended not to be. I didn't leave a note. No goodbye. Just the silence. That evening, I checked into a short-term rental. Small apartment. Clean. Quiet. I unpacked my clothes. Aligned my shoes. Set up the desk in the corner. Opened my laptop. Checked the folder. All there. All filed. All done. Sunday. She called. I let it ring. Then again. Texted this time. Can we talk? Please. I didn't reply. Some things don't need closure. Just distance. Monday morning. An email from HR, thank you for your documentation. The issue has been reviewed. Appropriate action has been taken. No details. No acknowledgement. Just the line, your confidentiality is protected. I closed the email. Sat for a while. Hands on the keys. Then I renamed the folder one final time. Closed. Monday evening. I walked 2 blocks to a quiet bar. One of those dim places with brick walls and no music. A few people sat hunched over drinks. Nobody looked up. I ordered a club soda. Sat in the corner. I don't know how long I stayed. Maybe an hour. Maybe 3. I stared at the glass. Thought about nothing. Everything. When I finally stepped outside, the night air hit me like a clean sheet. That's when I knew. It wasn't about pain anymore. It was about who I was going to be now. Tuesday. 10:12 a.m. She showed up at my office. Reception called first. I told them to let her wait. I came out 15 minutes later. She was still standing. Clutching the pen in one hand. Purse in the other. We need to talk, she said. No. Her eyes went wide. Like she hadn't considered I could say that. Please, she whispered. Just a few minutes. I walked past her, back to my desk. She didn't follow. That night, she emailed. A long message. 3 paragraphs. Apologies. Regrets. The word mistake used 4 times. Not once did she say it clearly. Never wrote, I cheated. Just danced around it. Like a child dodging cracks in the sidewalk. I archived the email. Wednesday, I spoke to my attorney. We filed. I chose the no-fault route. It was cleaner. Less mess. Less spectacle. I didn't want drama. Just resolution. By Thursday, the paperwork was in her inbox. She didn't respond. Friday, she came to the apartment. I saw her through the peephole. I didn't open the door. She stood there 5 minutes. Then slid something under the door. I waited until her footsteps faded. It was the card I'd written with the gift. She'd added a single line beneath it. I should have come home. I folded it. Placed it back in the drawer. Didn't cry. Didn't smile. Just let it be. Saturday morning. I woke early. Ran 5 miles. Cooked breakfast. Opened the windows. Let the day in. For the first time in weeks, I didn't check the folder. Didn't check my phone. Just breathed. Sunday. 1 month later. The papers were signed. The last check deposited. The last box returned. We didn't meet. Did it all through attorneys. Clean. Sterile. Cold. Like surgery with no anesthesia. Sometimes I thought about asking why. Just once. One honest answer. But I never did. What answer would satisfy me? That she was lonely? That he made her feel seen? That I stopped looking? Maybe all of it was true. But the moment in that window didn't feel like loneliness. It felt like choice. I kept the folder. Not for revenge. Just in case I ever started to doubt what I saw. Sometimes the mind tries to protect you. Makes villains look smaller. Turns hard truths into blurs. But not this time. I had the file. The photo. The timestamp. The laugh. 3 months later, I saw her downtown. She was alone. Or at least walking that way. She didn't see me. Her pace was slower. She looked thinner. Tired. I didn't feel anger. Not then. Just a weight lifting. Something final. Something done. A year from now, maybe I won't remember the details. The exact date. The room. But I'll remember the sound of the rain. The shape of her silhouette in the glass. And the way I stood there, gift in hand, as everything changed. I never gave her the pen. I kept it. Not out of sentiment. Out of reminder. That silence is an answer. That not every truth needs to be shouted to matter. And that some endings don't come with closure. Just clarity.